Hey guys, Jitfadings here. Today we're testing out a new format. We're doing live stream recaps because this Schneider has been stringing me along for more than 5 weeks now, and it looks like finally this live stream this Wednesday we're gonna be able to flock it and address the internal flares. So if you are not caught up to what has happened so far, this is it. Check it out. Today we are gonna do something that I've never done before, which is we're gonna take this Schneider Cinelux and open it up and try to reduce internal reflections by using a flocking material. And this is a Schneider ES Cinelux, and I don't know if you can see, depending on the angle, some of the insides of the lens. Let me see if...
Yes.
The insides of the lens are a little bit reflecting. And the idea is to add a material inside of the lens that's going to prevent that light from bouncing around. My main goal is to reduce veiling glare. So I'm gonna quickly show what veiling glare looks like if you're unsure about it. We're also going to look at performance to see if this lens is tack sharp or if my markers are off. So this is roughly 2 meters from the camera to the chart, and you can see it is sharp enough, and there's no direct light hitting this camera. But as soon as I turn over here towards my main light, you can see this whole halo of white. This is veiling glare. This is reflections from the glass elements, the edges of the glass elements, but mainly from the inside of the lens. And that happens because it's a smooth metallic surface that light just hits and goes straight through, straight into the sensor. The Kowa and Elmoscope have a lot of that, a lot of veiling glare. That's also going to show up in the review for the focus, and it really annoys me how veiling glare takes over the shot. It's just like boom, everything is white, the corners are white. You didn't have vignetting, but now I can see perfectly all the corners of the picture. So what I'm hoping is to open this lens, put this flocking material inside, close it back up, see if it's sharp, see if we succeeded, if things are better or if things are not better, and go from there. If you use premium adapters of some sort, I know Metabones does it, a lot of their adapters are flocked, so they have this kind of soft velvety thing on them to prevent the adapters from creating more flares behind the lens, which I think is great. And I've seen some people, I think Tim Linson and Lucas, have successfully flocked lenses before, so we're gonna see how it goes. First, I'm gonna shine a light inside of the lens directly in like a more controlled way. So this is a flashlight, and I'm gonna put it straight into the barrel here of the Cinelux. Wow, great! It's all white. Let's dial it down a bit. Okay, I'm also gonna roll on this clip just so I can have this reference for later. Nothing is sharp. You can see the golden from the lens itself. Hopefully that's going to be diminished, but we got a reference here. Let's see how it hits from the sides. Yeah, the Cinelux is not the most flaring lens. You can see a little bit of purple flares there. And from the other side. And the idea is after I'm done, I'm going to repeat these and we're going to look at it and be like, wow, this was game changing, man. Everything is different. There's no internal reflections to this. Okay, so I'm cutting here on the panty. So I'm looking here through the back. Where's the camera? Looking through the back, and there's 2 screws here. I'm hoping that that's going to be the way in. I also don't have gloves, which I should have, to avoid getting grease on the glass, so I'm just gonna deal with cleaning things later. The main challenge that I see right now is, one, getting this thing out and having the glass come out. That would be great. The second part is aligning this glass, because if things are misaligned, performance dips horribly. That's kind of the reason I have a chart there, so we can do that. We can really mess up with image quality by doing this and not adjusting the lens properly once we're done. Also, just taking the time here, this support system is designed and provided by Lucas. You should check his channel and his material, the grabhole.de. Front element slots in, not sure if that's easier to go through. The rear element will require alignment. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Evan. The front element slots in, I see. Maybe we'll have to change the entire approach. This is the quick release clamp system. It's also all 3D printed. And this thing is amazing. I'm still missing some step rings to make proper use of it, but I can't wait. It's a cheaper, lighter alternative to Rapido's rigging system. Okay, so Evan's suggesting that we go through the front, and I guess that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take out this tape and get properly started onto this. Okay, wish me luck. Never done this before. Kind of concerned. So there's 4 screws, 4 little screws here, and 2 bigger screws here. Anybody have any insight? There's 4 more screws on this side, and I'm wondering if this is what holds this part, or if by taking this out I can just take off a shell and be done. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the approach that I'm going to take. I'm going to try to take the front. If anybody's got any insight, please stop me before I mess up. This week's video is also the result of a conversation I had with Blake last week, where I was like, dude, I feel I always have to have the answers when presenting content on this channel, because you don't go to YouTube to watch people try things and not succeed. You go there because you want to get an answer for a problem. Wow, this is a very long screw. So we just embrace that things can go wrong and tests cannot perform as expected, and it's going to be a part of the process. Just learning as we go. So if that tests your patience, maybe the live streams are not for you. But if you enjoy people trying to figure things on the go and being scared of the results but still facing it, then yeah, definitely join us here. This is the place. Boom. Okay, this was much easier than I thought. I'm gonna put this here. And the element did not come out. Or if it's gonna be this carrier here on the side, it allows the whole thing to travel. So I am traveling it outwards now. And it's reached the limit. And this is the lock screw. So this just comes right off. There's a little bit of glue on this one. Okay, I'm glad that this glue is the type that you just snap. Yeah, I think it might be held with some glue indeed. Okay, so this is, the side screws are out. This is not looking like any different still. Yeah, it still only comes to about the same. Nothing rotates. I also can't see anything happening on the inside of the lens. Yeah, I don't see any difference here, any progress. I'm gonna reset all of these screws and go for the rear. Evan's saying I painted black ink over the whole front plate of the Cinelux. It reflected so much gold. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea, especially around the edges or the internal edges. And I got a special black paint here that if this process works today for the Cinelux, I'm hoping to repeat it for the Elmo 2, but with different paint. The glass is slanted. I was just able to lift this up. Oh, there's a double mechanism in here. So there's another thingy here to hold the glass. Wow, this is so pretty. And hopefully nothing will collapse. Let's Scary sounds. Oh my god. One screw is out. So I took out one screw from here. I'm gonna take another one from here. Hopefully this is gonna be very easy to align, especially if I can take out this plate as is instead of taking the element out by itself. Trevor, well, I've given up phasing after 8K announcement. Yeah, it's pricey, man. But I love that 85. Fuck. Oh, making me scared. This screw's not gonna come off. This one screw left. But I can see how the element is held. What do you guys do when this thing happens? When you the screw starts to turn in a shape that you don't really love. Under the screw, there's another golden platform that I can see, so I'm sure this is gonna go back inside of the lens. It's more of a matter of being able to take it out, and I can see it's moving. It's just this one screw that's gonna give me a nightmare. Why? Ah, man. What do I do here? Should I try like a blow dryer? Drop of acetone. Weld and drill, heating, maybe blue or lighter fluid. Yeah, I got all of those options. How comfortable am I using all of them? Haha. Because acetone also dissolves the cement in the glass.
Is the one side like getting torqued on now? Maybe putting in a screw and untightening both at the same time?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's try that. So we're gonna put one back and try to even out the pressure. Maybe that's what's making things worse. But this one is like already not helping. Like there's not that much play, but I know I'm close to failing hardcore. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, this is not gonna go. All of our hopes and dreams. Rubber band. Yeah, I've seen that rubber band tip so many times. Every time I try, it does not work. Hair blow dryer. The screw that I took out, I don't think it has residue. It has some, but it's not blue. It's just white. It's not a lot. Just this morning, I was like, I gotta learn how to tap threads and cut screws. Because any day now, I'm gonna run into it. And the day has come. I don't know if this is just my experience, but every time I have to take out screws, it's always the last one that messes it up. It's not the first. It's not like, oh, sometime you just mess up in the middle and then you have to give up. It's always the last one. Like I've taken out all the screws in this thing except the last one. Okay, here we go. Sounds gonna be garbage. Okay. Nope. More. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see how this goes now. This is not going well, man. I'm gonna be able to take the screw out, but I'm not gonna be able to put it back. Yeah, we have failed. So this is free spin now. Yeah, small screw extractor. Could you send me a link to that? I'd love to try that. Maybe it's going to be the subject of next week's live stream. Yeah, no. This is not going to go anywhere. I need to either cut another thing into here so I can use a flathead or get it out some other way. So today's experiment, we have learned that tiny screws made of soft materials suck big time, and they do not work. Do you guys have any other ideas? The front is definitely glued. The screw top is now a cone, so there's nothing to grip. It really sucks. And the next thing that sucks is that where do you source these tiny screws? Like if I want to replace it, where do I find a new one? I would Dremel a hole into this, but it's so close to the glass. Might still do it. We'll see. So yeah, welcome to this very scary stream where I'm gonna do things that I've never done before and hopefully not break lenses, screws, or drill bits. So I got a new Series 50mm because I want to do a remounting process, and this one is in micro four thirds. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's brand new. It's clean. It's got no insert, no oval insert in it. I just gotta open it up, get this out of the way. But I messed up because they started using some adhesive inside of the screws, and then the whole thing got messed up. And I think I stripped 2 out of 4 screws. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the 2 screws that are good. I'm gonna find out which ones are good. And then I got some extractor drill bits after the whole Schneider debacle. I got some lighter fluid, acetone. I have a blow dryer. I am as ready as I can be for this enterprise. I do not have a Dremel at hand. I have one in this room, but I would love to not have to use a Dremel on this tiny of a screw.
Don't mess up.
Yeah, no pressure. Oh, okay, that was an easy one. So this one came out, no sweat. This one is not looking too good. This one's not looking too good either. This one's gonna come out. I saw you spin. Come out. Nope. I don't like where this is going. Okay, so this I still have a little bit of a grip. Oh, this one came out. Oh my god, I can't believe. Yeah, okay. This one, the last, it's not as bad as I thought. It's just one screw that is on the verge of stripping. So a few people recommended using acetone and or lighter fluid. So we're gonna try acetone first. I have a dropper here that I'm going to take just one tiny drop. Okay, so I put 3 tiny drops of acetone inside of this, and hopefully it's gonna make it all the way inside. So there's a lot of options in this. It also has no brand and no name. So it was the Amazon generic fast delivery one that it costed me 20 bucks. And the first reviews are like, the bits break easy. So the acetone has gone in. Question: should I do the lighter fluid now, or should I just try once and see what happens? So the idea of the acetone is a strong chemical to break the glue. So people say it breaks the blue thread locker, and with heat it can also break the red one. But the downside is the danger of acetone is acetone also breaks the cement that holds elements together, optical elements. So if you just spray acetone all over the thing, you can be creating some balsam separation and just ruining your lens for good. So the idea is we pour a tiny amount so it doesn't go anywhere but the screw. I'll give it a tiny spin. It's not going. I don't love it. I'm gonna do lighter fluid. I tried it once. It didn't go. It didn't move, but it also didn't slip. So huge success. 2 drops of the lighter fluid, and that might have been too much. It's just one screw that might be stuck. I'm hoping to get it out without this. And if this gets out, we're going straight into the Cinelux where we stopped last time, and that one is 100% stripped. So the lighter fluid was a little more generous in its approach. It kind of went everywhere. I'm gonna give this a shot again. One false rotation. Okay, I'm gonna go full tilt and I'm gonna use the blow dryer. So the idea is to expand everything, kind of break the cement, facilitate things. Let me see if I got this right. Put this in here, tap it, and rotate it. Not going anywhere. I was reading tutorials on this earlier, and people say, maybe you're just not good at extracting screws. It's getting worse. I'm gonna try the WD-40 as more like a last resort. And we are back. We're back. I came from the blur. Let's give this a shot. Oh man, I'm so tense about this. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time. Put this in here. Like, I think this makes so much sense, but at the same time, I never had it work before. Okay, the WD-40 had time to kind of go in and evaporate. We're gonna try one more time with this and try to do this with a low speed. Okay, this has not worked. We are going to do what was promised. We are going to have to extract this guy here.
Before we do that,
Yeah.
do you want to try putting in the screw on the opposite end, seeing if that relieves like the tension on that one? Because you got
What do you mean?
like because it's like super held down on the one side. If you add pressure on the other side. It should
okay.
up.
Yeah, okay. Evan is saying make sure you do the extraction in the right direction. So that brings up exactly a question that I wanted to ask, which is I couldn't find clear instructions on what is the right direction. Okay, so I applied pressure on this side by tightening that in. And this, okay, I'm gonna stand up and try to apply all of my body weight onto this. It's great. My wrist is just gonna love it. It did.
Oh my god!
We won. Okay, all right. We're gonna have to do the extraction with the other one because this came out. Okay, guys, we did it. Part 1. We did not mess up 100%. There's a lot of crap on this screw. I'm actually surprised. Okay, so the first part we did, I guess this goes to inspire the idea that not all stuck screws are lost, and you can do a lot by mixing chemicals, brute force, and the support of 23 people. But we are gonna move on to the Cinelux now, and that one's gonna have to be extracted. Okay, all right, this worked. I can't believe. So excited. Okay. So the hint of really pushing into it actually worked, which is great. Love it. For the people who didn't see the previous live stream with this same lens, this is a Schneider Cinelux that I was determined, let's say, to flock to remove internal reflections. And I took out every single screw in this thing until we got to the very last one, which stripped. So the stream kind of died there. But then after 3 weeks, I've toughened up, and today we are gonna try more extreme methods of getting them out. How many people does it take to unscrew a stubborn screw? Exactly. Depending on the skill of the operator, it could be just one. If the operator is doing it for the first time, it could be 20 something. So let's try. So we had 1 victory. Let's see if we're gonna get to 2 victories, or, I mean, we are, but at what cost? Yeah, okay, so the idea here is this screw is very messed up. This one is bad. If I try to do this, it just spins freely. There's very little, there's no grip. And I think we gotta drill into it to take it out. But before we start doing that, I am going to do some of our chemicals here. I'm gonna do 1 little drop of acetone, 1 little drop of the other thing, and 1 little drop of the other thing. So let's start with the acetone. I think I just need to touch. Okay, 2 drops in there. Acetone has a weird smell. It smells chemical, like bad, but at the same time, it's soothing. And I don't think it was always like this. I think this started after I modded a bunch of Russian lenses. I'm gonna dry the little bit of lighter fluid that's here. On the note of cleaning, I do use lighter fluid for cleaning excessive grease. Like when I disassemble something and grease gets on the elements, and you just clean once, twice, three times. By the fourth time, you're like, this is not going anywhere, it's just getting worse. Then I use lighter fluid, a tiny drop, and just with the lens wipes. This is the Schneider Cinelux that I got stuck a few weeks ago, and I got to the stuck screw. It's pretty stripped. Added some lighter fluid, some acetone, some WD-40. Let it act up. I'm gonna drain this WD-40 from the side here. Just tucking it in here. I'm gonna give this one last shot. Not very hopeful in the sense that this just spins. Yeah, it just goes nowhere. I'm gonna try one size bigger. Actually, I'm not gonna try one size bigger. I'm just gonna drill the extraction. Let's just do it. I'm gonna be drilling right next to the glass, which I don't absolutely love. The tutorials say pick a drill bit that is just a little smaller than the head of the screw. So this thing gives me 10 out of these 10. I think one of them, this is the tiniest, and I think it's gonna be the best fit. Okay. So this is the drill, and I'm supposed to do it clockwise. And then the extractor is counterclockwise. Here. I don't want to tape the glass itself, but this should provide cover. Yeah, okay, I taped the glass a little bit. Oh, the other thing is we're supposed to rotate this very slowly. So, yeah. YOLO, yeah. If it fails, we'll learn how to tap threads. I'm not religious, but this feels appropriate. I don't know if anything happened. I have no idea if anything happened. I don't see any little flecks of metal. There's very, very small amounts. Let's try, I'm gonna try the extractor. Okay, so we're doing the extractor. I love how this extractor already came rusted. But the thing is brand new, but it's already rusty. Okay, I'm holding it with my bottom hand. Okay, this definitely did not grip anything, so.
Yeah, I think you gotta go deeper to make the threads.
Yeah. I don't think I'm applying enough force that I can injure myself with this. I think it's all in reverse. Yeah, Blake, do you wanna
What's that?
try and hold this, the scope itself, just the lens? Let's see. Definitely popped something. Okay. I think the bit is supposed to be in reverse. We cut something here now, this time. Everything is in reverse, guys. That's the secret. Nobody's gonna tell you. If you could hear my heart right now. Nothing. I think I have to drill more. Honestly, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
It's pretty messed up now.
It's definitely cut into. Hopefully, something's gonna come out of it. All right, here we go. Last one. This extractor bit is not gripping anything. Can't see anything in here. It just looks like a straight up hole with nothing in it. Just like flesh on all sides.
Kept drilling.
I'm now confused about the direction that this thing is supposed to turn. I haven't breathed. I'm gonna return this stuff for Amazon. I'm using the smallest drill bit, so it's about the same size as the threads. In the case this extractor is too big for the screw, what are our ideas? The only one that I can think of is kind of like try to cut a line through it with tiny something. I don't have a lot of faith on anything that's going on right now. Let's go with one that has many sides. So I can try and see. So that's a torque 7. Maybe 6. 6 is definitely too small. And 7 is too big. Huh, just like what we had before. 0.5 gave me an interesting hold. Let's see.
Turn.
We won. Okay, so we might have done everything wrong, but we won in the end. We won. And it's 12:01. Well, I'm gonna need the rest of the day to cool down and relax after this wonderful, well, so here's the thing. If I learn anything from this is you can use the drill bit in reverse to cut into it and then use an Allen key 1.5 to just push into it. I can't believe this worked. But also I set out to do it, so I don't know why I don't believe it worked. This was one of the most challenging things I've ever done on this channel. This like is way tougher than aligning a scope. So I really appreciate that you guys are there and that we managed to pull through this. Charles is asking if I'm gonna do an episode on flocking it. 100%, just not today. We did it. I said I was gonna drill the screw. I drilled the screw. I got 2 stuck screws out. Different methods. Both won, both victories. Thank you so much for joining. All of the advice was very enlightening, very inspiring, and very motivating. Please keep coming. If you enjoyed this and you're not a member of the channel, please join. If you're a member of the channel, you rock. And this is it for today, I guess. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. Woo! What a win.
Yeah, that was awesome. Right at the end.
Wow, man, that was so intense. I can't believe. I cannot believe this actually. No, I can't believe this worked. I can't believe it